How to Get into Harvard by Ivy League Essay. So, how do you get into Harvard? Smart people everywhere want to know. Actually, everybody wants to know because getting into Harvard is a life-changing event. I should know because I graduated from Harvard myself. It gives you opportunity in life. It gives you a community of equally smart and interesting peers whom you'll be able to fall back on as part of a very tight community for the rest of your life. It's your network. The high school seniors who attend Harvard today become the well-known authors, scientists, politicians, presidents, humanitarians, doctors, scholars, and artists of tomorrow. They truly are the voice of the next generation. So what does it take to really get into Harvard University? How do these successful college applicants do it? You can try to substitute Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth, or Brown, on and on and on into this list, but it's somehow not the same. Even Stanford and MIT, while excellent, extremely competitive schools, and in some cases even better for what you may specifically want to study, still doesn't quite equate to that Harvard degree. What is it then about Harvard University? How do you become one of the lucky 1,600 students admitted each year, not only to the Ivy League, but to the Ivy League? As a former Harvard admissions interviewer and a Harvard graduate myself, as noted, allow me to provide some tips and advice. In my overall experience, not only interviewing for Harvard's incoming class for the College of Arts and Sciences, but also running my own admissions consulting firm for the last 15 years, Ivy League Essay, these are the top things you need to check off if you're even going to be seriously considered for that Harvard acceptance letter. The points are as followed. Number 1, high school GPA. Number 2, high SAT or ACT scores. Number 3, showing how you are unique and different in your interest, education, experience, achievements, creative work, or hobbies. Being able to communicate this well in your Harvard admissions essays is number 4. Number 5, having an excellent college interview. Number 6, providing additional material with your application when appropriate, like a portfolio of creative work, or something else like a scientific paper or anything published or of just high achievement that supports everything else you're submitting above. Number 7, great teacher recommendations. And that's really the key, the secret sauce, the map to the treasure. I'm going to go through each point now in much more detail and really kind of explain all of the above-mentioned steps so you fully understand what Harvard actually looks for in an undergraduate applicant. And then, in terms of better understanding how to get into Harvard, you'll be able to adjust what's currently in your application and what's in your power to control. And then you just can't think about the rest. You do your best, and you let it go, and you see what happens. Number 1, your GPA. It obviously needs to be high, really high. That doesn't mean that if you have a few B's on your transcript that you still can't get in. You can. Everyone who gets accepted to Harvard doesn't have a 4.0, really. What this does mean, though, is that the higher your grades, the more you're showing the admissions committee that you belong at the school. In other words, don't give them a reason to say no. Do extremely well in high school. Your SAT or ACT scores. I know, everyone says it's optional now, and it is, but that's not an incorrect point. But a high SAT or ACT score will still help you, and a really high SAT or ACT score will help you even more. And by this I mean above a 1,500, or I would say a 34 and above for the ACT. It all adds up to the same thing I said above. Show them you belong at the school. Take the test if you think you can do well, and for all others, optional. But then you may not get in. The higher the score, the better it still will help you. It will still help you. Number 3, showing how you are unique and different in your interest, education, experience, achievement, creative work, or hobbies. This is the most important point in my entire list. This is everything in terms of the Harvard application and holds true for really any of the highly competitive schools. What makes you unique? What makes you different from the person you sit next to in AP Calculus or AP Lit? If you want to get into Harvard, you must find something in your academic interest, experience, background, talent, skills, or philosophies that make you different. Harvard wants unique. Your Harvard admissions essays, number 4. This too is everything. Your essays have to be well written, and your topic choice for your Common App is going to be incredibly important, if not the most important choice you make. I'm linking this article to a recent blog post on my Ivy League College admissions blog that you could find on my website, ivycollegeessay.com, that talks about how to make sure your Common App topic is good, as the choice is that important. And same goes for your supplements and any short answer questions. But how to choose a topic for your Common App is one of the most important choices you'll make in the whole application. Number 5, your Harvard interview. Also incredibly important. The 2 tips I'll give you here are 1, that you need to prepare by going over some possible interview questions, and 2, you need to keep your interview as conversational as possible. In other words, relax and try to have a normal conversation. The best interviews just flow naturally, and although Zoom interviews are very, very popular now, no matter where you are in the world, it still helps to be in the room and have an actual person-to-person interview, whether it's with an admissions officer or with an alumni. It helps to meet someone in person. So just keep that in mind if it's at all possible. Number 6, additional material. This means if there's an optional essay, you take the opportunity and answer it. This also means that if you have any creative or academic material at all, like a scientific paper, you submit it here. Too many students leave this section blank. Guess who doesn't? The students who get in. Every question, even the ones not officially required, are all opportunities to tell the admissions committee more about who you are. Again, take all opportunities. Number 7, teacher recs. This falls in the category of things you can't fully control, but you obviously need to ask for recs from the teachers whom you at least think know you well and who will write you a good one. Teacher recs are more important than people realize, and the students who tend to get into Harvard usually have at least one teacher who puts their own reputation on the line by saying that a student is truly, quote unquote, one of the best they've ever taught in all the years I've been teaching. Sentences like that usually do get the admission committee's attention. Even if everything else in your Harvard application isn't 100% stellar, a recommendation like that can put you over the edge and get you what you need. So I hope that sheds some good light on what you need to get into Harvard. And this information also holds true really for all of the top Ivy League schools. It's really just a place to start, but it's a good place to start. And the most important thing I've said here is that Harvard is looking for those who are the voice of the next generation, no matter what your field. They're looking for the next leaders, writers, scholars, doctors, scientists, and artists who are coming up in the world. Show them that's you, and Harvard will be lucky to have you as a student. And that's really the attitude you need to take. For more free tips and advice, check out my award-winning Ivy League admissions consulting blog at ivycollegeessay.com. My name is Jillian, and I'm always around if you'd like some extra personal one-on-one help with any of your college applications.